In terms of views, this is the next thing that we want to speak about. What's wrong with the views? What's the problem here?
Seems like on Instagram the content is not sexy enough and it's like very low views, although I really transmit a lot of value.
Okay. Okay. Let me get onto my laptop down here and let me go into your Instagram page to figure out exactly what the problem is. Okay, so then when we're speaking about views problem, do you have a views problem in terms of Instagram or a views problem in terms of YouTube?
I would say more a problem right now on Instagram, but it could be better on YouTube as well.
Okay, so let's dive into the Instagram first. So looking at the Instagram right here, how many times per day are you posting right now? 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, 15 hours ago. Okay, so this is actually a really good posting schedule right here. Do you have a content schedule in place, or are you just posting when you have time?
It's very random.
Okay.
So I
So
just
then,
get inspired every day by what the market does, and I just
okay.
create content out of that.
Okay. Would you say it's more of a thing where I have these sprints, right? Every week I have 2 or 3 days where I push super hard on content, and then maybe there's 1 or 2 days where I don't post at all? Or would you say it's more so every single day I'm extremely consistent with it? I'm looking at, competitors or people from different niches, getting content ideas and just posting as much as I can.
So I'm trying to like not post too much
Mhm.
because I'm not sure if that is also a good way to do so. So I just try to like post right now maximum 3 posts a day or so.
Yeah.
And I sometimes get the ideas from the market, but I then when I have an idea, I also try to search on the competition if there is like something similar that probably worked out. Or I also scroll through a competitor and try to see right now which videos had the most views,
Mhm.
and then try to like recreate that, and maybe it's fitting exactly with the situation that I'm dealing right now as well. So
Okay. Okay, but you don't like actively track it. You don't have a content schedule in place.
no.
Okay. The biggest reason why content schedules can be extremely important is structuring the top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel content. Right? I'm sure you've heard of the concept before. Do you use top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel content properly?
No, like it's not definitely not planned like that.
Okay, this is probably going to be the most important thing, right? 99% of the time, when I look at Instagram funnels, the biggest bottleneck is people not having top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel content. Because the deeper reason for you probably being frustrated right now is not because the Instagram content isn't getting many views, it's because the Instagram content isn't making much money. Because if you were making double what you're making right now, if you were making 50K a month, 100K per month, and you saw that people were engaging with the content, people were happy with the content, people were converting at a good rate, you probably wouldn't be frustrated about the views. Is that right?
Yes.
So it comes down to the conversion. And the biggest trap that people fall into is it's okay, you make content that gets a lot of views. Let's say, for example, me looking at the laptop right here, this video got a bunch of views, or it didn't get a bunch of views, but this is something that would get more views. This video would get more views. This video would get more views. Let's look at the other ones. This one would get more views. These ones would get more views. But the problem with these videos is that they don't actually give much value. They just appeal to a much broader demographic of people. And just because you appeal to a broader demographic of people doesn't mean that that broader demographic is necessarily going to buy from you. And that's why top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel content is so important. And it's such an easy concept, but it is quite a pain in the ass to actually try, right? So let's say, for example, for you, these videos that you create right here, where you're worrying more about views, they're good because people are seeing it or they're seeing you for the first time. It's attracting a new audience. But from this point, if you're not properly tracking your middle of funnel and bottom of funnel content, you're getting all of these views, but they're for nothing, right? That's going to be the biggest thing. So how much percent of your content right now would you say is top of funnel? How much percent of it is middle of funnel? And how much percent of it is bottom of funnel?
To be honest, I have not really much clue about that because I've never like tracked it in that way, and I just made the entire content more likely I just got inspired by myself to do it. I was not really structuring things like that.
Okay. This is going to be the biggest thing. Okay. Let me go into your page right now. Let's figure this out together in real time, because this is going to be the biggest reason why your content isn't converting to the extent that you want it to be converting right now. Just looking at your recent videos, okay? Let's go by it step by step. So we've got from the past, let's go through the last 10 videos, and we're going to track the last 10 videos. So let's say, for example, this one right here, watching Big Bang Accounting Retail Stop Loss. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, this one, this longer video, or how long is this video? This is 8 seconds. Yeah. Okay, this is top of funnel 3, 4, 5, okay, so 6 of the last 10 videos have been top of funnel. 10 top of funnel. Then if we look at middle of funnel content, we've got 1, I would say 2, 3. Yeah, I would put it at 3 middle of funnel videos or 4 middle of funnel videos. 10 middle of funnel. And you've got 0 out of 10 being bottom of funnel. And so instantly just looking at this, we're completely missing an entire section of the content funnel which we need to create conversions. But the most important thing here isn't that we're missing this content, but that it's the most important type of content that you need, because everybody knows the bottom of funnel content is where you actually create conversions, and you're complaining about not creating conversions. But if we look at the numbers on the content that you're creating right now, it's simply because you're not posting any bottom of funnel content at all. And even me speaking to you right now, I can instantly tell. You're telling me, okay, I want to look at the content that's going to be performing the best. I want to look at the content that's getting the most amount of views, and I'm copying it, and it's reflecting, right? And you're not posting bottom of funnel content because you and me know, even if we don't look at the numbers, subconsciously, we know that bottom of funnel content gets less views because you're speaking about a testimonial, you're speaking about something extremely niche within your market. It's not something that's going to appeal to a wide demographic of people. And you know, before you even post it, that it's not going to get many views. And you're coming with a views first mindset, but you should realistically, if you want to scale your coaching business, come with a cash first mindset, right? What can we do this week to collect the most amount of cash? And you're missing an entire part of the content funnel. This is going to be extremely important for you. So in terms of top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, the way that I would change this, especially right now, and with Instagram especially, is you want to be approaching it in terms of seasons, right? You want to have maybe a week where you're going hard on top of funnel content, a week where you're going hard on middle of funnel content, and a week where you're going hard on bottom of funnel content, or at least a few days. Let's say, for example, with the week where you're going top of funnel, you're mixing top of funnel and middle of funnel, and with the section or the week where you're going hard on bottom of funnel, you're mixing bottom of funnel and middle of funnel content. So let's put this into 3-day sprints. All in all, especially for you right now, you need to be focusing more than ever on your middle of funnel and bottom of funnel content, and especially on your bottom of funnel content, because you're not posting bottom of funnel content at all right now. And so the way that I would section it for you is I would put it at 4. Let me just create some more space here. 4 out of 10 videos need to be top of funnel. Then 3 out of 10 videos need to be middle of funnel. And then the final 3 out of 10 videos need to be bottom of funnel. And you don't need to stay at this exact posting routine like this forever, but you need to stay consistent with this exact content schedule for at least the next month. Very, very minimum, because this is instantly going to get you a lot more conversions. Instantly going deeper into different concepts. Like, for example, for you right now, you're a trading coach. Me just speaking to you, I know that you help people trade order flow. You need to go deeper, not just what is order flow, not just a step-by-step guide on how to trade order flow, but a subtopic which only somebody who already trades order flow would know about, and you would be able to build that deeper trust and become an authority by knowing about that and being able to explain that specific topic. That's going to be the biggest thing it comes down to. Because if you're just posting top of funnel content and you're just getting a bunch of views, 5,000 views, 10,000 views, 15,000 views per video, you're posting 3 times a day, you think it's a good time, it's really not going to do much for you if your goal with the business is going to be revenue. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So off the bat, action items that I would give you right now is going to be with the middle of funnel and the bottom of funnel content. You instantly need to figure out, hey, where can I go a little bit deeper, right? What part of order flow can I go deeper on? What trades can I show? What trades have I done in the past that have followed my strategy perfectly and I can break down for my customers? And the third and possibly the most important thing is going to be student interviews. You need to incorporate it, right? You need to speak about the students which you've had in the past month that have done extremely well, and you need to break down what they did. And you breaking down what your own student did that performed good is going to convert highly because people are going to look at that content. They're going to be like, hey, I like the strategy which this guy speaks about. Let me copy his, or not let me copy his strategy, but let me see if this actually works. But if you're speaking about a student who copied your exact strategy step by step and it worked for them, they're going to have the mindset of, hey, let me work with this guy so that he can copy his strategy for me and that it can work for me. Does that make sense?
100%. So you would like create also like reels out of that, or would you like start making an interview, long form content, and then recreate that, or just use him as an example, showing some results from him that he has, and then create reels out of it?
Honestly, just do both. Do both. You need to spam your bottom of funnel because right now you don't have bottom of funnel content at all, which is a massive, massive bottleneck. With bottom of funnel content, right? We're going to speak about YouTube in just a second here, but you could be creating bottom of funnel on YouTube by long form interviews. You could be clipping those long form interviews into Instagram Reels, and then you could be doing Instagram Reels where you know those where you have your screen is kind of like a green screen and you're breaking something down. You can have a picture of your student, say, hey, this student made XYZ, he got XYZ dream outcome, and then you can get into your strategy following that same green screen approach. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure. But how long should be such a video? Because it seems like it's going to get very long.
No, you can just shorten it. You just simplify it, right? Simplify it a minute, minute and a half. These are going to be longer videos, but these are also going to be the videos where you create conversion. So when you're posting these videos, you shouldn't be coming in with the mindset of, hey, I'm going to post this video right now and it's going to get 10,000 views. It's going to get 20,000 views. It's more so just going to be, hey, 1,000 views, 2,000 views, I'm happy, good comments, good inbound. Maybe not that many people comment, but the people who do comment actually end up converting. Does that make sense?
100%. Yeah.
Cool, bro. Let's get into the YouTube now. Let me pull this YouTube up. Darius. Let's see it. Cool. So with the YouTube content, I'm going to say the exact same thing, right? It's really going to come down to top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. Are you tracking your top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel content on YouTube right now?
I'm not tracking it, but to be honest, I focused on transmitting as much value as possible. And I think I've done, from my point of view, should be bottom funnel content because it's very much in depth explained, and it's like a lot of free value. Or basically, it's like showing a lot, to be honest. It's just the implementation which is missing, which obviously is because in a mentorship you will basically get more videos and more guidance, and you can ask questions. So that's like the main difference, I would say then.
Okay. Let's go through it. So I stopped trading ICT. Here's why.
This will be a top, but like mid, because it's like also explaining the reasons why I stopped, and basically to understand people why they should shift their perception from just looking at price action to encounter all the order flow. So more than likely mid. So in terms of YouTube, let me just put this pen down. YouTube, top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. Doesn't need to look perfect. So if we're going through top of funnel content, let's go through the last 10 videos again. So I stopped trading ICT. Here's why. I would put this as a middle of funnel video. So let's go through top of funnel first. So you stop trading price action, the ultimate order flow framework, step-by-step example. Your fair value apps use order flow instead. The only volume profile trading video you'll ever need. Order flow for beginners. Using order flow content to make 5 minutes in one trade, and how and why markets move.
Ocean, you already explained why I'm profitable and you're not the only with a full concept guide you'll ever need. Okay, so in terms of top of funnel, the misconception that most coaches make that go a little bit more niche specific is they think, hey, I only post middle of funnel content and bottom of funnel content. But the reality is that everybody's content and the content that every single creator posts is going to have a top of funnel, a middle of funnel, and a bottom of funnel. Now, if you only post explainer on videos, your top of funnel content is simply going to be the type of content on your page that appeals to the widest sort of demographic. So let's say, for example, for you page right here, right? If I'm looking at the content, the only order flow guide you need, this is going to be top of funnel content. That's video 1, 2, how and why the markets move. This one, middle of funnel is 3, 4. I would put it at 5. Okay, so I would put 5 out of 10 because 5 out of 10 of the videos that you're using, even though you think they're probably middle of funnel videos, truly they're going to be top of funnel videos because everybody is top of funnel videos, and these are going to be the videos that appeal to the widest demographic. And throughout these 5 videos, you're simply speaking about the same thing, but it's going to be repackaged. Then with your middle of funnel content, this is going to be speaking a little bit deeper to your ICP, right? I stopped trading ICT. Here's why. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the other 5 are middle of funnel. Let's put this 5 out of 10 on middle of funnel. And again, we've got 0 out of 10 on the bottom of funnel content. Now, looking at the numbers, right? Looking at the numbers from the past 5 videos, it's extremely easy to identify the bottleneck, right? 99% of the time, running the numbers in your coaching business is going to be the biggest thing that's going to help you identify what the bottleneck is and very easily solve it. This is arguably the easiest way to do it because even if you don't know how to solve the problem, tracking it is going to make the solution obvious to you. And this is what we're going to get into in a second with the tracking and the setting at the end of the video. But instantly right off the bat, you need to post less top of funnel content coming up in the next month of your content. So in the next month of everything that you post, I would put 3 out of 10 of the videos that you post need to be top of funnel. I would put 4 out of 10 videos being in middle of funnel. And then I would put the final 3 out of 10 being bottom of funnel. Or if you really want to have a cash injection, this might slow down your YouTube growth a little bit. You would even be able to post up to 4 out of 10 of the next videos, literally just being student interviews. You would be able to do that just because of how much trust that you've already built up with all of these videos that you've been posting up until now. And so this is easily the biggest thing that I'm seeing right off the bat you can use to collect cash. Even though you have a very good middle of funnel, your middle of funnel isn't going to be converting at that high of a rate if you don't have the bottom of funnel content. So just looking at the numbers, implement the middle of funnel, bottom of funnel, put a better ecosystem into place. I think this is easily going to be a cash injection right off the bat. Does that make sense?
Got it, yeah.
Cool. And then in terms of the CTAs in the videos, do you do direct CTAs and indirect CTAs? Do you have a specific system for CTAs, or is it more so you do the video, you go through the concepts, and then at the end of the video, if you want to work with me one-on-one, go to the first link in the description or whatever you say?
I always do like in the middle of the video or when it's like where I think it's suitable. So I try to avoid to do it at the end of the video. I try to put it somewhere in the middle and then to like say, if you're struggling with this to understand it, I help a small group of people to learn this more in depth in my community and mentorship. And then I say, you need to apply down below with the link in bio. Okay.
Why do you avoid doing it at the end of the video?
I thought about because it's like maybe that they have it in their mind earlier. So just at a point where I'm explaining the implementation, but it might seem for people that okay, it's a bit complex and that they don't know how to do it in each situation. So I try to like to do the call to action right there.
Why don't you do it at the middle and the end?
I thought about it's a better strategy to do it like that instead of at the end. Like it's so obvious that at the end it's gonna come a CTA.
But you don't do one.
So I've done it like in the past, but now I'm doing them in the middle. So now I don't really have something at the end.
Okay. So in terms of your CTAs, there's going to be two types of CTAs. We're going to get into direct and indirect. Now, in terms of your direct CTAs, this is just what you're doing right now. Both are cool. Wherever you say this in the video, if you're directly telling them to do a specific action, take a next step into the funnel, go to a specific page, that's going to be a direct CTA. And this is what you're doing right now. And you're doing this in the middle of your videos. Now, let me make a time graph of the video. Let's say this is the start of the video. Let me put this as S, and this is the end of the video. I'm going to put this as an E. If your CTA is here, and how long does your CTA go?
How many I have?
No, how long does your CTA go for?
Oh, around 15 to 30 seconds.
Okay, what do you say in the CTA?
So if you are looking to learn order flow more in depth with a real community and with the proper implementation, something like that, then check out the link.
Okay, so just very typical starter CTA. Okay, so in terms of your direct CTAs, right off the bat, I think it doesn't make sense not to do one at the end. I like the fact that you do it in the middle, you do it in a spot, but it's not necessarily at this minute I do it. Just when you finish explaining a specific concept, and it might be a point where they feel a little bit overwhelmed, or it might be a point where they wouldn't know how to do the implementation. You could sell them on the implementation in that point. But at the end of the video, it'd be illogical not to take up this space to do a CTA, because there's going to be drop off either way at the end of the video. And YouTube's algorithm is already trained to know that people typically push their products at the end of videos. And so if there's a CTA at the end of the video, it's not really going to affect the way that your YouTube video gets pushed out, even if you have a crazy drop off. And so it's pretty much a free spot to add your kind of like quote unquote ad. And so I would add a little bit of a longer CTA at the end of the video. Here, I would do one 10 to 20 seconds, super simple. And then at the end of the video, I would go a little bit more in depth. I'd put up to 30 seconds. Now, these are the direct CTAs. These are the ones that everybody does, and these are kind of just obvious for people to do. But the ones that not that many people do and that you can implement into your content right now is going to be the indirect CTAs. Let me just get this down. Now, what indirect CTAs are is when you say a specific line that's going to get people closer to buying from you, going to get people more interested into whatever you're selling without you directly pushing them to the product. So a very easy example for this is going to be something like, hey, this is the exact system, or when we implemented the direct and indirect CTAs, we scaled XYZ coach to 20K per month, or we added 15K per month just by doing this, right? It's me speaking about a specific person that we helped during the video without doing a CTA is going to be indirect. It's going to give them a little bit of FOMO. It's going to make them want to work with us a little bit more, but we're not getting them to be like, hey, or we're not saying, hey, like you need to be working with us one-on-one, or you need to go to the first thing in the description and sign up right now. It's literally just getting them closer to doing that. And this doesn't just have to be case studies. This could be a bunch of different things. This could be you in the middle of the video, pulling up your course that you only give to your mentorship students and showing them that and building that FOMO. Anything that builds that FOMO up for them to get one step closer to joining your mentorship and doing it sooner. So in terms of indirect CTAs, you can easily implement 3 of these per videos. Does that make sense for you?
Yes, 100%.
Any questions around this?
No, that makes sense.
Oh, good. Yeah, a very simple concept in terms of the CTAs, but this is instantly going to get your conversion rate up per video, and there's no reason not to directly implement this.